And on today's show, of course, we have to highlight our fellow Kenyan who is doing the most overseas. Bien is on his USA tour, his world tour. He just finished, I think it was his Euro tour, but he only did London. He's very international, you know. He says, I'm going to a certain continent, but only does shows in one country. So he just got done in London, then he was over, went down to the USA. We've seen his appearance at the show, the Breakfast Club, and the show where they do the singing with the Jogoo. He's just making mad moves, and we are so proud of him, so excited. Now, not many Kenyan acts have been able to pull off what he did, especially when you factor in the fact that he was part of a boy band, part of a group, and then he split off and started his own career, and it is successful. Because 9 times out of 10, when people leave a group, sometimes it flops. Like, not all of you are Beyonce. It just flops, and then it looks like wewe ndo ulikuwa unaleta problems into our group, and now here you are, career where. But Bien is really doing the work, and we are super proud of him. We saw him on the Breakfast Club. I did not appreciate the tone that Just Hilarious had. I did not appreciate how dismissive Charlemagne was. But I was so happy that Bien was able to rise above all of that.
Yes.
And be very professional and deliver and do what he wanted to do and do what he was supposed to do. I hated the fact that they really tried...
Africanized it.
Yeah. You know.
Doing your villages, doing your what. I'm like...
Anytime Jess would say village, I'd be like... We have cities here. What the hell you on? I was so disappointed by those 2 interviews. But honestly, he did a good job. He's representing. Not many Kenyans have been able to be... Not a Kenyan has been able to get on the breakfast show. So that was a huge milestone. So happy for him. Obviously, we saw him... on another show that highlights singers, and he went and performed with a cock in his hand. By cock, I mean a hen.
A rooster.
A rooster, a male hen. So I saw him holding that, and he even told us about the difficulty he had to be able to do the performance with the chicken, with the male chicken, because of the logistics. Not anybody in the US is going to sell you a hen, a live hen, because what are you going to do with it? Even if it's a performance, you know, there are issues like, are you factoring in the well-being of this hen? What happens when it's done? Are you know, I don't know, but there was just too many logistics involved with him getting a hen in New York, and he had to get one all the way from Pennsylvania, traveled by road. Thank God it wasn't a flight for a hen. But got his hen, did his lunge performance. Overall, we are so proud of you, Bien. You keep setting the bar on what it is to be an international star, especially from Kenya. You just keep doing stuff, and I'm so excited to see what else you have in store for us.
Yeah, I really liked honestly, Charlemagne was doing too damn much. He was doing too damn much, because when he said he was at another... I'm trying to remember where exactly he went to perform with that chicken. I'm trying to find it, honestly. But yeah, when he went to perform at that particular place, and he's like, yeah, I just came from that... Is it the laugh... What was it? There was a show.
Yes, we know the show. We can't remember the name.
When he went to perform at that show, and he came and said, yeah, I just had a performance at XYZ, and they're like, oh, Charlemagne is like, oh, that place still exists? They still do interviews? And he's like, no, it was a radio show. Like, what do you mean? He's like, oh, I thought that place was dead. I'm like, okay. Why would that be the place you take? Someone is saying that they've accomplished this thing, and you diminish it with like, oh, that's a tired show, like it's dead anyway. So you went? Okay, cool. And then the whole thing, the banter about the cock, because he said, I remember Bien saying that the logistics of, again, all the chicken stories, all the he was calling it a chicken, telling us the emblem, how it's an emblem of his particular tribe, particular traditions, where it is not only an alarm, it is also a source of security, and it is a very good timekeeper. But most importantly, it is a good meal. Everybody loves chicken. He's like, they didn't let you come up here with the whatever. And Bien is like, yeah, they didn't let me come up to your studio with the chicken. He's like, all you needed to say is that you're bringing up your cock. You know, they'd have let you come up with your cock and tried to make it look like this weird thing. But Bien grabbed that and said, yeah. You know, I really love my cock. It's really fun to stroke it and da-da-da-da. And I'm like, banter for banter. You will not put a man down. Jesse Lawrence is like, oh yeah, so you're married to Cheeky. Cheeky's do Karukas, do Kahu.
I know.
Karuka. Like, what's the story? She goes, yeah, I know. In these African villages, y'all like to marry multiple women. So are you planning on marrying someone else? And Bien is like, first of all, it's not just the African village. The Kenyan constitution does mandate that a man can marry more than one wife. It is in the constitution, like in the law. And she keeps insisting that, oh yeah, you know, in your African villages, I don't know why you guys keep doing that cultural stuff. He's like, it's not a cultural thing. It's a legal thing in the country. And in addition to that, I don't know why people keep making it look like this polygamy is a really bad thing. Because at the end of the day, it was something that fit its time. When polygamy was allowed, now I don't go for it. I love my wife. I would never marry another person. She is the one for me. I am the one for her. But for its time, for example, my father had 10 children and 6 wives between them. I'm the youngest of the 10 children. And he then continues to say, so polygamy then used to work because you needed your children to help you with like tilling of the land and whatever. You know, it made sense for its time why polygamy was a thing. And by the way, you guys keep saying African men. It's not an African man issue, because in other parts of Africa, women are allowed to have a matriarch. They're allowed to marry more than one husband. So it's not, don't stop making it look like it's just a Kenyan African man thing. It's not. It's like a thing that used to happen. Now we don't allow. I wouldn't personally go for it, but it makes sense for what it was. Like, they kept making it look like it's this, backwards, backwater person coming from, from East Africa. And the whole Africa thing pissed me all the way off. Additional to that, they tried to put our man down again by talking about money. So, you and Shiki, how does it work? Because he says, we've been together for 11 years. It's been a good marriage. But she's only been my manager for the last 2 years. Before then, she was just my wife. And they go like, oh, so do you pay her? Okay, how is that your matter? But Bien grabbed that and said, I pay her in other ways. And then they tried to make it look like, oh, you pay her in other. He's like, no. Look, in my household, what happens is money is put in a pool. My wife's money in a pool, my money in a pool. It's all our money. There is no person who refused to get access to that money. So it's not an issue. She doesn't have to be paid a particular amount of money simply because all our money is our money. We work for our family. And I'm just like, Bien with the clapbacks. Yani, every time they tried, he would just, and I loved it. I loved watching that interview. Everything about it was just very amusing. And I know I loved Bien before, but after that interview, I love and respect him. Bold man, we love you for representing us in the best way possible. Like, do you see any Tanzanian artist being able to carry an interview like that? To the point where it's trending? Do you see that happening? Do you see Diamond Platinums going there and speaking over Bien's work? Oh, hell no, it's not gonna happen. Anyway, long story short, you really need to go and watch that interview because you will be thoroughly entertained and you will learn quite a bit as well.